West Ham are preparing to sell Declan Rice, and the fee mentioned is around 70 million, which seems a lot lower than I was expecting. I would have thought he'd been pushing towards the 100 million mark, but he will definitely leave West Ham this summer, according to Matt Law. This video is being sponsored by our friends at Surfshark. Now, you've probably heard people talking about VPN providers a lot, and I'm going to explain to you why it's a plus and why hopefully you should go with our friends at Surfshark. So Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to look at the internet entirely anonymously and unlock the world's largest Netflix libraries, likes of the USA and Japan. It also keeps you safe and secure from hackers. Let's imagine you're out and about, you're having a cup of coffee, you're in college, you're in the pub, something like that. They use industry-leading measures, uncrackable encryption, and the most secure VPN protocols to keep you safe and secure while you're having a look on the internet. Also, one subscription will run across all of your devices, meaning that there is no need to look elsewhere. One subscription, you got your phone covered, your laptop covered, whatever it is that you need. Surfshark is really easy to install as well. And right now, you can get an amazing 85% off and 3 months additional free by using our link in the description and the code AnfieldAgenda at checkout. That is 85% off and 3 months additional free, meaning it works out at less than $2 a month. Now, this offer runs until the end of this year only, so if you're looking for a VPN provider, look no further. Our friends at Surfshark have got you covered. What is up, my friends? You're very welcome along to tonight's late night agenda, and our focus is going to be on one thing and one thing only tonight: transfers, and more transfers. I'm going to be taking you through the latest stories surrounding the club, the latest links to players. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section as always. Please do drop a like on the video, and if you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, what the bloody hell are you waiting for? Hit it, come on, I'll wait. Right, we done? Good, let's go. Let's start off with a couple of things from Matt Law, who was speaking on the London is Blue podcast. The first thing I want to bring up is around his comments on Chelsea's interest in Jude Bellingham. Now, Matt Law says apparently that Chelsea are going to match any bid put in for Jude Bellingham, but understandably, they are not the favourites to sign him. That tag does, of course, lie with us, Liverpool, which is where he will end up. But I wanted to bring it to you because there's going to be no shortage of money being thrown around by Chelsea by the looks of it. They've already got the deal in place for Nkunku, according to reports. And I will move on to speak about a second player who Chelsea are interested in, but maybe does have a little link to Liverpool as well. So on the Bellingham thing, look, no surprise that Premier League clubs are interested, but we've done the hard yards on this one. Chelsea will have a lot to offer, I'm sure, but I think Liverpool, having done the hard yards, will still be the leaders in this race. And to me, the bookies don't usually go too far wrong on these things. And as I pointed out to you the other day, we are the favourites to sign them. Let's move on, though, to another player who's attracting a lot of interest in English football land and in, I suppose, world football circles, and that's Declan Rice. Look, I'd be very happy for Declan Rice to come to Liverpool Football Club. In fact, I'd be very, very happy. You know, pushing aside the Irish thing, we'll push that to the side for 1 second. Declan Rice, to me, is an outstanding midfield player. I've always believed his most likely destination will be Chelsea. Again, like I've said about us with Jude Bellingham and putting in the hard yards, Chelsea have been doing that with Declan Rice. Now, Matt Law, speaking on that podcast, has also mentioned that West Ham are preparing to sell Declan Rice, and the fee mentioned is around 70 million, which seems a lot lower than I was expecting. I would have thought he'd been pushing towards the 100 million mark, but he will definitely leave West Ham this summer, according to Matt Law. And there are two Premier League clubs ahead of Chelsea in the race. Doesn't name them, but I don't know. Will that be us? Will it be somebody else? I've got no idea. Genuinely, the Bellingham stuff, I'm absolutely happy to put my nuts on the chopping block because I'm confident in my information. This, your guess is as good as mine. I would be very happy with Declan Rice. I know it splits Liverpool fans I've spoken to. Some Liverpool fans are all for it. Some Liverpool fans think it's absolute nonsense. But as always, I want to know your thoughts on it. Now I can move on to players who I'm a bit more confident that the links are true with. Telegraph, who I believe are a Dutch outlet, have suggested that Ajax midfielder Mohamed Kudus has been closely watched throughout the World Cup by Liverpool, and that we are going to battle it out with Everton. Like, that's going to be a battle for his signature next month. Look, if you're Kudus and you see two clubs from Liverpool coming in to be interested, you're going to say, I want to go to Liverpool. Of course you are. Why on earth would you want to go and be a relegation battle with Frank Lampard and the Blues when you could come, continue Champions League football and push for trophies and championships with the Reds? So I would love Liverpool to sign this guy, and I've spent a lot of time in the past couple of days really watching as many clips and looking at as many stats and stuff as I can around him. I won't lie, before the links had come during the World Cup, I'd only really seen him playing against us in the Champions League, where he did scored for Ghana as well. And as I mentioned the other night, we have had scouts watching him throughout the tournament. A figure of around probably 50 million is roughly what I'm seeing bandied about, but don't take that as gospel, because it could be less, could be more, we never know, you never know. But it's talk about January. We need a midfielder. I'd be very happy with Mohamed Kudus coming to the club. I don't expect us to be in for the big targets till the summer. So for me on this one, yeah, why not? But don't stop just there, because Liverpool are also ready to begin transfer talks with Cody Gakpo's representatives, according to @VL_NL, who again I believe are a Dutch outlet. They go on to say that the PSV winger is set to cost in the region of €50 million, which based on his World Cup performances and what I've seen of him looks like a snip. Now, I do have to put in a bit of a warning here. I've seen a lot of stuff around Manchester United and Cody Gakpo as well. That goes all the way back to the summer, so let's wait and see. Our need isn't at its greatest in that area of the pitch, albeit it would be the next place after midfield that I'd like to see us strengthen. So if Liverpool are in the market to sign Cody Gakpo and can get him for €50 million, brilliant, I'm all for it. If anybody else gets the player, I'm not going to backtrack. They will be getting a very good footballer. And a shout out to Chris Stonage as well, who mentioned Cody Gakpo months ago to us as somebody to keep an eye on and somebody who we believe Liverpool should and are looking at. So shout out to Chris, but I want to know what you guys, what do we think? Cody Gakpo, 3 goals in the World Cup so far, doing bits with PSV, showing that he's the real deal. €50 million seems a very realistic amount of money. So I don't know if Liverpool are going to push ahead in January to try and sign him when our midfield want is a bit more, but a very good player. If he did come to the club, I certainly wouldn't be moaning about it. Now, Real Madrid and Marca, those two things that go together like a hand in a glove. Well, they're saying that Real Madrid came close to signing Enzo Fernandez before he moved to Benfica, and now he is back on the club's radar. So hopefully they've learned the lesson that Bellingham ain't going to be moving to the Santiago Bernabeu anytime soon, and they've maybe readjusted their sights onto Enzo Fernandez. Myself personally, and this is just based on guesswork, no knowledge on this whatsoever, I've always had a feeling we might see Enzo Fernandez end up at Manchester City, but if Real Madrid came in from, you could see that would be probably a club coming from South America that he wouldn't mind moving to. So keep an eye on that situation. But Marca are reporting that Real Madrid are interested in signing Enzo Fernandez. I know there's a lot of Liverpool fans who are holding out hope for us to sign Bellingham and Fernandez. I can't see that happening, especially with the amount of money that's been mentioned and thrown around here for Enzo Fernandez, a player who, if I'm not mistaken, Benfica only paid like 10 million quid, something like that, from River Plate, and now I've seen numbers going 70, 80, 90 million for him. So good player, no argument about that. But I know Melissa Reddy has said previously Liverpool have an interest in him, but I can't see us being willing to go that big on him, especially when we need money in the pot for you-know-who. And the last thing that I wanted to bring up tonight is a player who has been long linked with Liverpool, and that's Ismail Benacer from AC Milan. A report today from DZ Football DZ said Ismail Benacer will not extend his contract and will leave Milan in June 2023. 3 clubs are interested: Chelsea, Liverpool and Arsenal. So his contract is up at the end of the upcoming season. He could, if he so wished, sign a pre-contract agreement with any club outside of Italy. So Chelsea, Liverpool and Arsenal here, as been mentioned in the article in the Premier League. That could be done in January. Or he could just move on a free contract at the end of the season. I did say to you guys before that the wages that I believe he was on at AC Milan were minuscule. So Premier League clubs could undoubtedly offer him a lot more money. So let's wait and see what happens with that one. Obviously, interestingly here, Ismail Benacer plays for AC Milan. AC Milan are mainly owned by Redbird Capital, who of course invested in Liverpool. So I don't know if maybe John could have a word and try and ease that so we get in there first, but I'm sure AC Milan will not want to be losing Ismail Benacer, who's a very decent player. That is all for me tonight, my friends. I mean, we've packed a lot into that 8.5 minutes. So just to recap, Real Madrid are interested in Enzo Fernandez, who they looked at before they allowed him, or before he moved to Benfica. Chelsea have entered the race for Jude Bellingham, but Liverpool still the front runners in it. Liverpool are apparently, well, I say apparently, I don't know, 2 other clubs apart from Chelsea interested in signing Declan Rice, whom is apparently available this summer for 70 million quid. 2 clubs not mentioned in the article. Are they Liverpool and United? Probably. And everything else that we've went through tonight, I want to know your thoughts about it in the comments section. I will be live tomorrow over on Twitch if you want to join me for a watch along of Poland versus Argentina. If I don't see you there, I hope to see you back here tomorrow night. Thank you for your time as always. Enjoy your evening. Much love. Bye bye.